Okay, after taking a bit of an extended break after that stage, let's finally move on and keep going with tier 4. And maybe, just maybe, we can get to the end. But first, Drillon, would it kill you to wait until after I finish my daring escape before sliding through holes? Okay, I wasn't expecting there to be that, to be fair. Anyway, 131st. What do we have? It's gonna be... Oh, Photon Man, hello. It's gonna have a lot of trickster tokens again, isn't it? Radium Man. By the Blade Rodan. Pretty average scores. Patchy is almost the lowest scoring judge? Okay. How many? Just the 3. Why does tier 4 have so many skip teleporters? Which game is this? Radium Man. You're from Gemini, man. Oh. Lots of metal enemies so far. Oh, Yando. Water, huh? What? Did that hurt me? Yes, that's acid. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Why did you just respawn? No, thank you. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good. Oh, I'm good. Let's not miss my ride. Okay. I'm gonna assume I don't want to miss my ride. Okay, there's a little bit of a different shading there, but I don't think that means anything. What is this? Okay. The last time I saw you, in fact the only time I saw you, was bloody X6 meme. And if you give me a puzzle at the end of an autoscore segment, I'm not gonna know what to do. I can't stop referencing X6, can I? It's all X6. I'll forever be haunted by X6. Oh, that E-Tank was from the drop, really? What? Am I going to die? Are you going to go down? Yes, you are. Better go fast! Better go fast! Oh! There's an M-Tank down there. That is just so not worth it. I am very impressed that I pulled off that segment in, like that, the way I did. No, seriously, that was quite impressive. Okay. You shot, man. Health? Perfect! Oh, falling. What is going on? What is going on here? Whoa! I'm so glad I did not get squashed, because that could have been me being sent back to the beginning of the stage. What is the stage doing to me? There's a lot going on here. So this is all about radioactivity. Oh! Okay, now I know what you do. I wasn't expecting you to do that. Wait. Why are you here? I just backtracked! What a waste of time. Okay, some of these jumps look a bit ridiculous! Okay, ambitious. Very ambitious state suddenly. I'm experiencing lag. I am experiencing very much lag here. Oh, there's a lot of lag. Oh, there is a lot of lag. Oh, there's a lot of lag. What hit me? What? Okay, fine. I'm just gonna assume it's this room because there is a lot of platforms. Let's get out of this room. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Do we want to go up? Can we go up? No, just back down. I don't have a key, so... I think we are doing really well this stage. Okay. Oh, the spikes! Wait. Wait. I'm confused here now. What? So you can go through the green parts. Yeah, that just threw me off. I did say I'm doing well. So you can just jump through the... No? Why can you go through some parts and not others? Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, that part's a bit punishing. So stay on the right. Right is safe here. Where is safe after left? Okay. I didn't mean to slide. I accidentally pushed the button there. Yeah, that's what happens when you're used to using the slide button instead of down to jump. Now I'm getting impatient. I just wanted to get through. Reactor entry, shrink ray. What? What does that even mean? Okay. Whoa. Whoa, that looks cool. Alright. Oh, now you've desynced. Wait, you go around? That is so cool! Oh wow! Oh wow! I'm not really a fan of all the flying enemies here though. Could totally do without those. Well, that just looks mean. That was mean. But I got it. Oh, we got the key. Boss time then. Yeah. What's up, Proto Man? You gonna do again? Oh, you just keep coming. I see. Long boss corridor? We haven't had those since Mega Man 1. Oh, hello. Can you give me some space? You leave a lot of lingering bullets on screen. So it's all about luring you, and I think staying to the center of the battlefield will be pretty damn important here. Yeah, look how there really isn't a lot of room to deal with you. Yeah, you really don't leave a lot of room. I don't even know how to avoid the first volley. I don't know how to avoid that attack. That was just bad timing. Didn't really know where I was meant to go there. But we did beat the boss. Maybe I'm picking up. Maybe you don't need to move as much as I think you do. So the skip teleporter. I'm glad it was a short stage. I really am. Huh. I mean, the spike section with the moving, like, pillars could be a bit tricky. The stage had some mean parts. I just happened to pull through them most of them except the underwater segment first try. So I didn't spend a lot of time there. Radium, man, huh? Yeah, I think that was a pretty decent stage. Mick, 41. Looking at this level, two words come to mind, unfocused and unpolished. I can see the potential for an interesting concept buried in here, as it has a lot of the ingredients necessary to make something fun and unique. However, it's a bit like an early baker's everything bagel. It has a little too much everything to really shine. Specifically, this uses 5-10 different gimmicks and over 20 different enemy types. That's far too many one level. And it leads to a ton of redundant concepts and one-use enemies. More prominently, it results in a lot of untapped potential, which is a shame, as some of these could be really good. My best example of untapped potential is the rising nuclear water. That's where I died a lot. It only shows up in one room, and that one room is long, unimpressive, and has incredibly awkward design that can kill you easily. Could have been used for something like a chase sequence, especially with the astral walls, or it could rise and fall out of the rhythm as you traverse a series of platforms at different heights. These are just a small collection of possibilities, but there's a lot you can do with just a small section of gimmicks. Personally, I advise dropping the main gimmicks down to just the radiation, liquid drops, and pools both. The astral walls, the nuclear canisters, and that one pool set piece of the shrink ray. Oh yeah. Then bring the enemy types from 20 plus to around 6. That would put this more in line with the standard Mega Man level. And I think it would create a much better result. I would also change the mini-boss into something less nonsensical. And tone down Radium Man's rod attack so it doesn't persist for several seconds for no reason. With those changes in place, I think this level would be a lot more fun to play. Shin, 32. While the theming is certainly on point, I can't exactly praise this level for much else. Simply put, the stage is all over the place, especially when it comes to the gimmicks. Each one gets its own dedicated section, which isn't a bad idea on its own. The problem is that once the section is done, the previous gimmick is dropped completely in favour of a new one, never to be seen again, and so on. That's usually the pitfall of newer and less experienced designers, let's say. The waterfall and barrel segment is easily the best part of the level. Lagged like hell for me, to the point where I wish there was more of a focus on them. On the far opposite side, however, you have the moving pillar and spike segment. Aside from the frequent glitches that can cause you to face through the pillars, so that's what was going on to me in my first attempt there. Didn't understand. The placement of the swallow at the end is what ruins it. You already have a rather tight and demanding section with instant death as the punishment for failing. The last thing it needs is an awkwardly placed enemy that can easily blindside the player. All of this is topped off with a boss that could have been fun, if not for one major flaw, the lingering effects from the rods. He tosses out lingering effects from the rods he tosses out last way too long. It's strange considering the custom Picketman enemies in the stage have a similar attack, but the resulting explosion effects don't last anywhere near as long as Radium Man. I've had fights with him where he's coated the entire floor in those radiation blasts, which made it virtually impossible to avoid taking damage. One of those fights ended with the energy landing on one of those lingering blasts, which forced me to wait for several seconds before it disappeared, since one more hit would have killed me. If that isn't a sign that the boss and his stage for that matter could have used more playtesting, then I don't know what is. Patchy 36. Holy moly, enemy spammy. There is so much stuff being flinged into your face for just the first few screens, it's not even funny. Multiple enemies clutter to ambush you at every half screen, together with new gimmicks introduced in this chaotic environment. There's no chance for the player to be given breathing room, resulting in deaths that feel really unfair to the player. The stage in general is just super unfocused and features so many enemies that serve to knock you around like a beanbag. Pummeled into acid pools, death pits, crushers, what have you. It doesn't look like the stage comes down from asking for insane maneuvers out of the player later on either. Difficulty curve is non-existent, it's all high all the time. The stage also suffers some slowdown of so many of the oil drum objects being spawned in that one screen. I experienced that too. Music choice really matters. Picking a song that isn't intended for long hearing being put into a full-length stage, it gets really irritating and demotivating to continue playing after a while. Radium Man, I guess his sprite looks decent. His fight consists of area denial with those lingering toxins, and you can manipulate where he throws them in a way, but I don't think you can really stop him from covering the whole area, which could lead to catastrophic results. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem with how long they linger, and as the judges have said so far, the boss does cover the area very quickly. Bashman liked it, 55. I wish I could write a more glowing review, but I've got to discuss some massive critical issues. Rising acid/slime is unforgiving. I wish the acid/slime drops disappeared upon hitting the surface of the liquid below. I glitched a couple gimmicks and I found 3 different ways for players to mess up the level flow after Protoman appears. I should also address the elephant in the room. The mini-boss drops the ball in every way. That was such a cluttered mini-boss battle, I didn't die, and I would need to go back and see what that boss was doing, because there was crushes at the top, the elephant was throwing balls, there was just so much going on. Based on the power-ups strewn everywhere, I can only assume you're aware of how difficult the level is. Too many objects are in too small a place, which hurts the learning curve, puts a damper on a no damage buster only run, and clutters the visuals. The cooling rod area is an improvement, though still too difficult from the combination of constant precision and omnipresent instant death. Only the thoroughly charming micro zone feels properly balanced for a Mega Man level, and it's a shame the easiest part is at the end. Concluding the level is a mostly solid boss fight with where he looks like he's from The Simpsons, which I guess is appropriate. Radium Man's pattern is just right, but the explosions linger longer than necessary. The bombs can be tricked to spawn in the ceiling if you jump high enough, and neither hazard disappears when he dies. What? I'm a big fan of how the boss chamber looks, here and elsewhere. It's neat to see such a creative application of depth to powers. Even with a few colour schemes, that doesn't quite work for me. The aesthetics overall do a good job of creating a sense of place. Theming is a strong point, despite the level having the memory of a 3-eyed goldfish when it comes to what the enemy roster is. The core challenges of each section are creative and make total sense with the premise. And Ace, 52. So this level can decide if it wants to be a decent level or a horrible level, and is split between its first and second halves. It does not get off to a very good first impression, with constant bombardments on enemies that do not mix, and new concepts thrown at the player in completely dangerous situations. This is one of the places where lack of safety prevents any sort of game plan on the part of the player. It results in the player damage boosting in order to get through. When on the hovers, there is very little room for dodging enemies and projectiles in a heavily timed situation. Oftentimes avoiding damage or even just survival requires clairvoyance, and in some cases it seems utterly impossible. Many elements in the first half of the level are counterintuitive. For example, getting through the rising acid room requires the player to wait an exorbitant amount of time before they even start moving. Otherwise the result is the acid combing you to death. This room also does not offer any safe spots in places where it looks like they should be. Perhaps the acid should have started halfway up the room. The pauser room is far too cramped for the mini-boss use. The enemy requires pretty precise movements and the layout here makes things far too reasonable to pull off. The second half is a lot better in terms of enemies and how reasonable the challenges are, particularly the barrel platforming section. Some highlights were the waterfalls and the subatomic platforming room. One of the best qualities about the level was the perfect checkpoint placement, which meant it never got frustrating. Except for the shifting wall room, which harks back to the first room, requiring clairvoyance and having nowhere safe to stand. I did not manage to avoid the swallowing at the end and had to damage boost through the section. Radium Man himself cannot decide between the two halves of the level and can be immensely frustrating. One of his attacks comes with no warning and robs you of anywhere to move. On the other hand, if he uses the other two attacks, he dies fairly reasonably. Had this boss used AI rather than RNG, this would have been a much better fight. Aesthetically, the level looked fine, but the music was a horrendous choice. It was not written to be used in such a long level. That's another judge making comment on the music not being applicable for a lengthy stage, and I didn't notice anything wrong with the music. I was too focused on the gameplay because you really had to be focused since there is a lot going on. And it's impressive I died as little as I did, only in that one underwater segment, and the boss of course, whose shots linger for far too long as the judges have discussed, so seeing where the safe spots are, also really unsure. Another one I'll mess around in the boss gallery to see how to fight that boss the best way. But there is only one stage left in tier 4, so one more refreshing pause and let's finally get that stage done and out of the way.